Buongiorno, baddies! Welcome back to another video. Today's first question is, for what value of x does the square root of x to the third equal 27? Okay, so we're going to write this out. The square root of x to the third is equivalent to 27. So if we square both sides to get rid of the dumb square root, we would get, we're not going to solve this because you don't really technically need to. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Because 27, you can write this as 3 to the power of 3. And if you do, why am I doing this, okay? Why am I doing this? 1, big numbers suck. 2, if you do, well, no, that's like a trivial reason. But still, if you do 3, because if we rewrite 27 to the second as in terms of 3, you would get 3 to the third to the second. And when you get 3 to the third to the second, it is also equivalent to 3 to the sixth. And 3 to the sixth is divisible, well, 6 is divisible by 3, so you can actually split it. And another reason is because we can rearrange these two however we like, because this is multiplication. Multiplication is commutative, so nobody really cares. So basically, well, no, it's not that nobody really cares, it's that you're going to get the same answer. So we can rearrange it to match the x, to have an exponent of 3. So we would get 3 to the second to the third is equivalent to 3 to the sixth. But we don't really need that last part, because now this matches x. So x to the third is then equivalent to 3 to the second to the third. And 3 to the second is equivalent to 9. It's like, bye-bye big numbers, really, honestly. I'm going to highlight it, just because maybe it'll show up in the thumbnail. Who knows? I don't set that stuff. So yeah, moving on to problem number 2. If the expression below equals an integer, oh my god, I cannot talk today. What is the smallest possible value of n? So, this equation looks pretty imposing at first, to be honest. But if you look closely, you can see a soft, fluffy marshmallow in it. No, you can't. But the point is, you can sort of see that there's like sort of a pattern in it, in which every 2 jumps, there's one that can be simplified out. So for example, these 2 3s, this 3, 2 away from it, there's another 3, and then you can simplify them. So if we can take advantage of that fact, we can use this to just find out what is going to be left on the top and what's going to be left on the bottom, to create sort of a formula to help us find out what's the smallest possible value, because nobody wants to multiply multiple times. Okay, so basically, we only need to know a couple things for this. Before n, there is a number n plus 1 over n minus 1. And this number is the number right before n. Since n minus 1 is going to be simplified by something 2 before it. Like that makes sense, right? So it's going to be simplified. It's going to be simplified by something 2 before. And the same with n. But their tops are never going to be simplified out, because in front of them, it has to jump 2. But n plus 1 only has one thing in front of it, and n plus 2 has nothing. So there are 2 literally blank spaces that they can simplify out with. So basically, they can't. So that means that on the top, everything else will be simplified. So on the top here, we have n plus 1 multiplied by n plus 2. And on the bottom, we only have 1 and 2 left because they were the first 2 and had nothing before them in order to be simplified out. So it has sort of the same idea as n plus 1 and n plus 2. So on the bottom, it's just 2, because 1 times 2 is 2 at the square root. So you guys can pause the video to try and test out every single one, because this is literally how you do the problem. You just have to test it out. And you can unpause the video once you figured it out. So yeah, have you guys figured it out yet? It is 7. Because when you replace n with 7, n plus 1 is n plus 1, so 7 plus 1 is equivalent to 8. 8 divided by 2, 4. So we switch out these 2 n's, 7, 7. 8, 9. So 8 divided by 2, which is 4. 4 times 9, which is 36. You can pull out the 36 and you will get a 6. So that is an integer. 36, aka 36, is an integer. So that means that 7 is the smallest possible value of n. Big, bad 7. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned something new. And I shall see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.